Love cannot be forced. It just comes naturally. But what happens when you fall for the very girl you're helping your friend with? Let's find out. We're introduced to Ashley Grant, the most popular girl in school. She meticulously gets ready for the day, taking care of every single feature of hers, enhancing them with just the right amount of makeup, not too much, just right to sculpt her features into perfection. Her thick dark locks complement her look, specifically her accessories, which make her the trendsetter. And last but not least, a touch of elegance with a whiff of sweet-smelling perfume, enough to turn anybody she passes by. After all eyes will be on her as she enters the gates of the school. Ryan and Maggie are next-door neighbors who share a car to go to school. They hop into the car after sharing the usual pleasantries. They have a very unusual way of describing their boring, bland after-school life to each other, where Maggie tells him that her driver took her shopping, and then she stopped by the club, and then she wound up after spending a couple of hours talking about fashion with the popular boy band Beastie Boys. Picking on the shenanigans, Ryan tells her that his evening unfolded by picking Ashley Grant in a Ferrari, having dinner with her in one of the restaurants he owns, and reluctantly making an appearance at some VIP awards show party. They share a laugh at their silly talk, as none of it is true. Maggie finally says she spent her evening watching TV and making a mixtape. Ryan played the accordion. They laugh again at their life's platitudes. At school, Maggie is worried about Ryan's obsession with Ashley Grant. She thinks he is wasting his time as the entire school has a crush on her. He would get lost somewhere in the middle among her pursuers. As they are talking about her, the woman herself makes an appearance in the flesh. As she steps out of the car, all heads turn toward her. She walks to her friends, aware of the eyes following her but not giving a single glance to anybody. She knows how to hold attention. Ryan gulps hard as he sees his crush walk by. He is mesmerized by her and has liked her for as far as he can remember. Such is her charm that people would forget what they were doing if she were in a close radius, ready to take things between them to the next level once they get there. At the hotel, Maggie tells Chris that this night is important for her. He repeats the same lines. She asks him to lie on the bed and make himself comfortable. Chris complies. Ryan and Ashley are there too. Ashley pulls Ryan in as soon as they find their room and is all ready when he excuses himself under the pretext of getting champagne for them. He continues his search for Chris and Maggie. In some other room, Maggie has got Chris tied up on all four corners of the bed. She asks him which is his favorite story of the 9 stories. Chris is unable to answer, and Maggie very well knows that he has been lying. She blindfolds him and tells him he has been played. This makes him scream when she shoves a scarf in his mouth and clicks a picture of him on her Polaroid. She then opens the door and lets all the girls see Chris in that pathetic condition. Meanwhile, the skateboarder goes into Ashley's room, which is dark. Thinking it is Ryan, she asks him not to speak and take her, which the skateboarder doesn't mind at all. The sheriff takes Floyd out to a secluded spot in the woods. Floyd is sure he is going to get put to eternal sleep tonight, but he makes him dig up a sack containing something. The sheriff then sticks his name tag on it, and before leaving Floyd there, he tells him that he needs to think about his future. Floyd checks the name tag and sees that the sheriff is Virgil Doolittle. Ryan is back home. He calls out Maggie's name from his balcony. Her balcony is still covered in blinds. But this time, he won't give up so easily. He takes a few steps back before running forward and lunging into her balcony. Maggie gets mad at him for breaking in. Ryan tells her he just wants to talk. He apologizes for all his wrongdoings and confesses how hurt he is, because he lost her in all of this. She tells him how hurt she is over how he deceived her and steered her into the world of the popular clique, which made her feel like she belonged. He replies that she does belong. She belongs with him. Maggie tells him that she owes him one for letting him off the hook, and he agrees as he comes closer to her. He looks deep into her eyes and sees that love has been so close to him all this time. He leans in and kisses her gently.